Welcome back to part 2 of the life hack. So in our last video we sectioned the chicken pieces, which you can see here, and now what we're going to do is prepare them for a meal. So what we're going to do is take the bits that most people find the most awkward and don't know what to do with. So what we're going to do is take a food bag just like this and simply place all of the small components, we can call it. So you can put your drumsticks in, your thighs, and of course your wings. Just like that. And then we're going to come back to this in a moment and add to it. As for the breasts, you can keep them separate for now. Okay, now also remember, wash your hands before you start doing things with the bag. So have the bag ready, put your chicken pieces in it, then go wash your hands. So what we're going to do with this? Well, we're going to open it a little bit. First thing we're going to do is add some oil. First I'm going to add a small drizzle of olive oil. Just put that into the bag. There we go. Then to that I'm going to add a little bit of hot chili sauce because I like spicy. That's going to give it a bit of a kick. And I've decided I'm going to go for a bit of a Chinese theme. So to that I'm now going to add some soy sauce. Good dollop of that. And then I've got Chinese 5 spices. Put a good dose of that in there. And I'm going to add half a teaspoon of garlic. Now at that point, all we've got to do is squeeze a bit of the air out, give it a twist for now, and then simply just allow this to roll around and coat as much of that chicken as you can. So it's also a good way of dealing with stress. Obviously be careful not to pop the bag, and if you do, be prepared. I've got a tea towel down here. Okay, so just let that coat all over. The next thing is simply to, now it's all coated, just going to squeeze the air out. Just like that. Give it a twist again, and you can tie it in a knot if you want, or just simply leave it like that. And then pop that in the fridge. Certainly give it a full day, as in do it early in the morning, leave it till the evening, but leave it in for a couple of days. Please also make sure though that the chicken pieces are going to be cooked within the time frame of the chicken date expiry itself. At the end of the day, unless you freeze it, it will still go out of date. Okay, so we've let our chicken marinate now for a good 12 hours, and now we're going to cook it. So all we're going to do is simply line a tray with some foil, or you can put it on a rack if you like. Preheat the oven to about 200 degrees Celsius, and then simply put them in the oven for between 30 and 35 minutes. It really does depend on whether you like it to be fairly crispy and brown or not. Check on it at that point, make sure nothing's burning, and let's have a look at the results. So let's start with the chicken breast. I placed 2 in a tray. One was now skinless and the other one with the skin on. The one with the skin on, I added some salt and pepper and a few mixed herbs. I also then put bacon on the skinless one. Put them in the oven for about 25 minutes and then take them out, and they should look roughly like this. Make sure they're not burning. At this point you can put the oil back over them. This is the juices that are coming off within the thing. But then also I like to sprinkle some cheese on top, such as mozzarella. And then pop that back in the oven for about another 10 to 15 minutes. Apart from the fantastic smell, once you open that oven, they look awesome. You can also then add things like barbecue sauce or chili sauce to the top of that. And then just let it rest before you serve it, which could be served with rice or noodles or even a salad. Then let's take the other pieces that were left to marinate overnight. Place them all on a baking tray, and then pop them in the oven, having added some salt and pepper and also some flakes of garlic and herbs. And voila! This is what they'll look like. and this tasted absolutely awesome. Trust me, the Chinese mix I demonstrated, perfect, especially if you have it with egg fried rice or noodles. So go away, have a try, be experimental, but certainly make the most of the money that you will save by simply buying one chicken and preparing many other meals from it. At this time when we're being pushed into a cost of living crisis, most people are struggling to make ends meet. And if you actually look at the pricing of how these items are placed on the shelf, sometimes we pay too much attention to the big price, but sometimes you need to look at the detail price. This actually shows you the breakdown of how much it is per kilogram. As you can see in this case, it's much cheaper to buy a whole chicken and then separate it yourself, and certainly save a lot of money in the process. Tune in for the next life hack. If you were blessed by this video, why not give it a like? Also subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon to be notified of future videos.